Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm Jesse Allison, and it is time for some real talk with Robin. Robin is the team lead of the RE/MAX Results Gwaltney Group, and today we're going to find out if now is a good time to invest in real estate. So Rochester, Minnesota, a good place to own rental property is kind of the question on the docket today. Help talk us through this.
I will say that people who are buying investment properties have slowed down a bit. You know, especially those who borrow money for investment properties because they require a much larger down payment and the interest rates are a little higher. So you've got to charge some pretty steep rents to make it work.
Make that happen, yeah. Which, as a renter, I will say the rent rates are steep.
You know, honestly, they're pretty comparable to the Twin Cities metro area.
That's wild to me.
It really is crazy. Rochester has some pretty expensive rent.
Yeah, the longer you're here, the more you're like, okay, you know, we moved here for a job and you just kind of have to move quickly. But the longer you're here, like, I probably...
We can fix that.
Yes,
Jesse.
exactly.
We can fix
I know
that.
somebody.
We can talk after.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But there is a huge need, though, for it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. There is a huge need for rentals in Rochester because a lot of people come, just to your point, they just got to town. They're not sure where they want to live.
Right.
They don't know the neighborhoods. Even if they have kids, they don't know which school they want them in.
Oh, yes.
So instead of just buying something, people will say, I'm going to rent for 6 months or we're going to rent for a year and just feel it out. You know, so it's not typically long term.
Sure.
Sometimes people know when they come, they're simply here to do a 2-year fellowship and they're like, I'm not messing with buying a house.
Sure.
I'm going to find a nice place to rent and I'm going to stay there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We also get people who need to build a house, or even sometimes they just want to move up. So they'll sell their house, know what they have in their pocket, find a rental interim, and then, you know, find their dream house.
Yeah, and have
So there's definitely a need for it, no doubt about that. So as far as owning rentals, of course, it's still a good business.
Okay.
It's just that it's better for the cash buyers.
Okay.
Because they're going to make more money on their investment, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not paying the interest to borrow the money. And so they've got the money. So instead of making interest in the bank, they're making it from their rental payments.
Yeah.
So luckily, and I'll tell you something that's been a big craze. A lot of Mayo Clinic physicians have several rental properties.
Really?
So it's kind of like their second income stream.
Side.
And it's funny because one will call me and say, oh, yeah, I heard that you helped Dr. So-and-so and Dr. So-and-so, or, you know, Dr. So-and-so told me this is a great thing. And I'm like, I love it.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's definitely a good thing. You know, I tell you all the time that real estate is a safe investment.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem like it's ever not going to be a safe
Well,
investment.
I have a cheat sheet because there's some
perfect.
statistics. Okay. So it says Mayo represents roughly 40% of the jobs in Olmsted County. And Mayo's bold forward expansion is expected to continue through 2030, including $5 billion investment, and will bring in many new employees. Of course, there's a lot of temporary construction workers.
Oh, yes.
They're not looking to buy a house, right?
No.
And students, patients, visiting professionals, visiting professors, that kind of thing, every single year. So.
Yeah, so that's just getting more. That's not getting less. That's just continuing to grow, and the need will continue to grow for rental properties.
So for the, it says, according to a housing analysis report for Rochester, the rental vacancy for all of last year was 2.9%. So they're 97.1%.
Yeah, so they're not sitting around empty by any means.
No, they are not.
No, and you mentioned patients too. I mean, a lot of people do come for care and extended care, and it's nice to be able to find a place that you can rent for 6 months or for a
I'm going
year.
to tell you something.
Yeah.
A lot of them want to bring their pups. You know, they just don't want to stay. I mean, and I know hotels are dog friendly, a lot of them, but a lot of them just want their dog, you know, and another thing that we see, like, say someone's coming for a bigger medical thing, like a transplant, right?
Yes.
And so, like, the family will rent a house, and then different family members come and go. So one week it might be the sister of the patient. The next week it might be the daughter and the son, or, you know, kind of thing. And so it's just easy if they just switch out. So yeah,
nice.
Airbnbs are huge in Rochester. Not so much for vacation, but, you know, practical reasons.
Yeah, for practical reasons, which are good. I think it's so nice to have, and that's what we did, was an Airbnb when my mom was here for a couple months, but it was so nice to have a living room and a kitchen. So like you said, when different family come and go, we have more space
Well,
than
and
a hotel
you just don't
room.
want to feel like you're living in a hotel.
No,
you
no,
know,
it's
so
too long.
it's good.
It is good. Well, okay, we always have those great resources from you, Robin. And how can we get in touch with you?
Oh my gosh, anytime. I'm always happy to take your call.
Okay.
And that number is 507-259-4926.
All right. And I know if you call, Robin will answer or she will get back to you.
I absolutely will.
Thank you so much, Robin. It's really fun to hear about that part of the market today.